histogram looks a lot like a bar chart or a bar graph, but they're touching each other. And as you recall, these are things that have numerical intervals. Okay, so a histogram shows frequency of data values. So how many data values we have in numerical intervals. Okay, next on your notes we have stem and leaf plot, and this is something that we didn't go over. Basically, if I have a list of numbers, this number would be 10 if I had 10, 12, 13, 16, this would be 21, 21, 25. So they're just basically going by tens. These are the ones in the tens. This is the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s. And this one orders numerical data and shows distribution. So for this one, we have more data values on the low end, so it would look like this, wouldn't it? So this would be skewed right. And we can see that looking at the stem and leaf plot. All right, box and whisker plots. This kind of data, graph or, graph, shows variability. I was going to say graph or chart. Variability of data, of data sets using quartiles. So it takes your information and chops it into the data values themselves and chops them into 4 equal pieces or semi-equal pieces. Okay, a dot plot shows the number of times each value occurs in a data set. This is great to use when you're looking for the mode of information. Obviously for this one it would be right there because that's the one I have the most of. Okay, finally, this again is not something that we talked about this chapter. This is a scatter plot, and it shows the relationship of 2 data sets using ordered pairs. Hopefully you can see that. I know that sometimes there's a glare. I hope you can see that. Okay. Now we want to know, using this information that we have, the next few here, let's see, 1, 2, 3 examples. I want you to look and see what kind of display, what kind of graph or why can't I think of the word? Chart, graph or chart you would use for these. So go ahead and pause your video, write your answers down for the next 3. All right, so for this one, if we add up all these students and we look at those students as one whole piece, this would be a pretty good pie chart. This would also be a really good bar graph, as we talked about before. So those are the 2 main ones I would do for this one. Okay, speeds of vehicles on the interstate, and they have two, Interstate A and Interstate B. So maybe a scatter plot, but I would say a box and whisker plot. And you can line them up on the same number line and compare them, which I think is really good. You could also use a histogram for this. Okay. All right, finally, we have this information. Okay, weeks are going by, number of miles walked. Okay, this is time going by. So whenever you have time, usually what you would use is a line graph. So hopefully that is what you wrote down. Okay, so I think I am going to finish up in the next video.